From the news desk of Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin, this is news around the world.
In the headlines, Vice President Kashim Shettima visits Niger IDP camp, assures victims of federal government support. Federal government warns of imminent Niger Benue river flooding. Lagos, Abia, Ebonyi, Akwa Ibom gets new commissioners of police. And the foreign saying China raises retirement age for the first time since 1950s. And moving on to the business news, NERNEC finds Abuja Disco 1.69 billion naira for over billion consumers. And in the world of entertainment, American rapper Cardi B gives birth to third child 1 month after filing for divorce. And in sports, Junior the Tigers zooms into final of Under-18 Afro basketball. Good evening and thank you for joining us for the news across the world on Diamond 887 FM Ilorin. I am Precious Afolabi D. You can listen to us via website www.diamondfm.net or watch us live on Facebook at Diamond 887 FM. You can also download our app on Google Play Store, Diamond 887 FM. We'll bring you details of the news after this break.
They never sabi anything. Now we get this town and city and we go burn and down as long as say you they give us better money. Nothing consign us. Just give us the change and we go scatter ground.
Young man, wait, stop and think. Why cut your life short, following evil orders from unpatriotic elements? Ask yourself, would they put their own children in these dangerous situations? Is it worth the shame, pain, and disgrace to your family, friends, and loved ones? Think about it and say no to being used to disrupt the peace.
This message is reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin.
Welcome back. Now the news in detail. Vice President Kashim Shettima today visited the internally displaced persons IDP camp in Gwada, Shiroro local government area of Niger State. The Vice President was received at the Ahmed Bola Tinubu's International Airport in Mina by the Niger State Governor Umaru Bago as Deputy Yakubu Gaba and other top government officials. The Vice President, therefore, proceeded to the IDP camp in Gwada, which has become a temporary home for many of the victims. He expressed his solidarity and support for the displaced persons affected by the recent surge in banditry and devastating floods that have plunged the region. Shettima expresses deep concern for the people affected by these twins crises and assures the Governor Bago, the victims, that the federal government remains committed to providing necessary aid. The federal government has issued a warning about impending rivers flooding along the Niger and the Benue rivers, urging states to prepare for increased flood risk at water level near critical levels. Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation Joseph Tsiv gave the warning during a press briefing following recent devastating flood in Maiduguri and Jere, Borno State. The flood, which displaced millions and destroyed homes, farmlands, and essential infrastructure, were triggered by the overflow of the Alau Dam due to the heavy inflow from the Ngada River. While expressing sympathy for the affected people of Borno, the minister emphasized that the government's efforts extend beyond recovery, focusing on preventing and the border disaster. The Police Service Commission (PSC) has approved the appointment of the 4 substantive commissioners of police for the Abia, Lagos Boy, and Akwa Ibom State Command. And according to the PSC, this appointment follows the recent promotion of senior police officers, which created vacancies in the several state command. The newly appointed commissioners are Isa Danladi Nda for Abia State Command, Olariwaju Shola Olawale for Lagos State Command, Antonia Adaku Uche Aya FDC for Ebonyi State Command, and Mila Gajere Dantawaye for Akwa Ibom State Command. Chairman of the commissions, retired DIG Asamu Agugu, urged the new commissioner to be committed to making a positive impact on the security management of their respective states. Agugu disclosed that the commission will monitor their performance, stressing that they should not waste time to hit the ground running. Troops of Operations Adanin Daji has neutralized a wanted bandit leader, Halilu Sabubu. He was killed yesterday in an ambush by the troops in the Kwarim Kaya, a community under the Maroluku government area of Zamfara State. Halilu Sadudu is an indigene of the Niger Republic, but resides in the forest in Zamfara State and often escaped to the Niger Republic after operating in Nigeria. Sabubu, a notorious gun runner who also owned a thriving illegal gold mining operations in Begagda and all its community around Sunke Forest in Anka local government area of Zamfara State. While commending the troops for the success of the operation, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, said that the Nigerian troops could gun down all the bandit leaders operating in the northwestern part of the country. A set time was taken against notorious bandit leader Bello Taji and all the terrorists, as troops are committed to ending insecurity in Zamfara and the northwest zone. The chairman and founder, Bright Broadcasting Limited, owner of Diamond FM Ilori, Diamond FM Malaysia, Sinaposu Oluwale Awotuyi, has eulogized the late Owa Obokun of Ijeshaland, Oba Gabriel Adekunle Harumolaro, who passed away after 42 years on the throne. Awotuyi describes the late first-class monarch as a I'll take that again. Awotuyi describes the late first-class monarch as a trailblazer, a disgraced Nigerians and the custodians of culture who cared about the growth and development of Ijesha land. In a statement issued in Ilori, the Kwara state capital, Awotuyi also lauded the king for solidifying the unity of Ijesha land and projecting the image of the people. The industrialist describes Owa's exit as glorious, but noted that the void will be difficult to fill, considering his remarkable footprint as a Yoruba monarch. The media proprietor, a prominent son of Elisha, commensurate with the Arumolaros family, the Owain Council, sons and daughters of Ijeshaland and the people of Oshu, under the leadership of Governor Ademola Adeleke, He prayed for the purpose of the monarch's soul as he joins his ancestors. The news across the world is reaching you from Diamond 887 FM Ilori. We go on a break now. When we return, we come back to take the news from the foreign. Sports news, please stay with us.
Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram at Diamond 887 FM. Diamond FM, shining supreme.
You're welcome back. Now we'll move to the foreign scene. China will gradually raise its retirement age for the first time since the 1950s as the country confronts an aging population and dwindling pensions budget. The top legislative body today approved proposal has raised the statutory retirement age from 50 to 55 for women who are industrial workers and from 55 to 58 for females in white-collar jobs, while men will be seen to be increased from 60 to 63. China's current retirement age is among the lowest in the world, and according to the plan passed today, the change was set in front of the month, January 1st, 2025, with the respective retirement ages raised every few months over the next 15 years. Retiring before the statutory age will not be allowed, although people can delay and their retirement be more than 3 years only. And still on the foreign scene, President Bassirou Faye of Senegal has dissolved the National Assembly and scheduled new legislative elections for November 17th. President Faye disclosed that is dissolve the National Assembly after consulting the Constitutional Council on the right date for the legislative election, which will hold on November 17, 2024. In spite of winning the presidential elections with 54.25% of the vote in March, his party, the African Patriot of the Senegal for Work, Ethnics and the Fraternity Party holds the minority position in the National Assembly. Meanwhile, the coalitions of the incoming president Macky Sall controls the majority of the 165 seats. And moving on to the business scene.
Diamond FM Business News.
The Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission has imposed a fine of 1.69 billion naira on Abuja Electricity Distribution Company AEDC for overbilling customers. And according to the NEC, the fine is based on the AEDC's non-compliance with the Commission's previous order on capping estimated billing for electricity consumers. After investigating AEDC's billing practice, NEC identified the company had overcharged customers for January to September 2023, leading to the impositions of the fine, which is equivalent to 10% of the overbilled amount. In addition to the fine, NEC also issued directives aimed at improving service delivery and monitoring compliance with service-based tariff. And on the entertainment news,
Diamond FM Entertainment News.
Famous American rapper Cardi B has welcomed a third child with her estranged husband, Offset. This comes a month after Cardi B filed divorce and requested primary custody of their children along with their child support. For Offset, she's forced announced her pregnancy on August 1, hours after filing for divorce from Offset. And announcing the news in an Instagram post, Cardi B shared pictures of herself on the bed with the baby alongside Offset and their two older kids, Wave 3 and the Culture 6, at the hospital. It could be recorded Cardi B in December 2023 during an Instagram live sessions confirmed separation from husband Offset. And now moving on to the sports scene.
Sports news.
Nigerian Junior the Tigers has qualified for the final of the Under-18 Afro Basketball Championship in Pretoria. The Nigerian side this afternoon defeated Uganda 7-1-6-7 and booked their spot in the final. The game lived up to the expectations, but it was the Nigerians who won the first quarter 21-20 and ahead by the halftime 45-39. The Ugandans upped their game in the third quarter, but it was the Junior the Tigers who won against 61-54 before wrapping up the game with the final quarter 71-67. Junior the Tigers will confront Mali in the final of the championship. Chelsea boss Enzo Maresca has named 3 key players that will miss a side-away Premier League clash with the Bournemouth tomorrow. Maresca said head of the game following a 1-1 draw with Crystal Palace in their last Premier League encounter. Speaking at its pre-match pre-conference, Maresca said he likes of the wrecker, James Malo Gusto and Romeo Lavia would take no part in the Chelsea clash with Bournemouth. Maresca said Ricky James is not ready and he need no more time, while Romeo Lavia is very close and he will likely be available for the next game. With that, we have come to the end of the news across the world. But before we go again, the recap of the major stories. Vice President Kashim Shettima visits Niger IDP camp, assures victims of federal government support. Federal government warns of imminent Niger Benue rivers flooding. Lagos Abia Boy, Akwa Ibom gets new commissioners of police. On the foreign scene, China raises retirement age for first time since 1950s. And business news, NERC NEC finds Abuja Disco 1.69 billion naira for over billion customers. And in entertainment, American rapper Cardi B gives birth to third child 1 month after filing for divorce. And lastly, in the world of sport, Junior the Tigers zooms into final of Under-18 Afro Basketball. Do you know segment? Do you know on this day in 1980, a Nigerian boxer, Samuel Peter, who was the first and the only African to win world heavyweight boxing title, was born? Now you know. For news coverage or information about happenings around you, kindly contact Diamond FM Newsroom on 0916 0627526. The news across the world was edited by Abiodun Akinwumi and brought to you by Precious Afolabi. Many thanks for listening.
For up-to-date news reported across the globe, be rest assured you're on the right radio dial. Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin, your shining supreme station.
This is our promise. We've made up our minds to do something new, something different, do more, do the impossible, do better, do big, do good, do it again and again and again. Do what no one else has done with radio. This is our promise at Diamond FM. Diamond 88.7 FM, shining supreme.
Any money where I get, I dey flex, I dey ball, I dey vest, I dey shop, Patek, she see fly ball in the jet. My baby, my pet, she na